Hey, welcome to the Marriage 360 podcast. My name is Marty Sloan, and this is my wife,
Becky Sloan.
Becky Sloan. And our topic today on the 360 podcast is the idea of investing in your marriage. Of course, our podcast is built upon the idea of life, love, and marriage, a full circle look at all things about this relationship.
Yes.
And let's discuss what it means to invest in a relationship like a marriage. A marriage is unique by itself, but what does investment look like in a marriage?
So time is a big one. You only have 24 hours. You throw a job in there, you throw kids in there, you have to eat, you have to sleep. You're left with a few hours. And we all need some alone time at times.
We do.
Yes, we do. So time is precious, and you have to learn how to use it wisely. For some people, that's a calendar full out scheduled. This is what I have. This is where we can go and what we can do and talk about. I think you and I have been a little bit more laid back in the whole calendar thing as second-borns.
Yeah,
I think we're just kind of like, hey, let's take a walk or walk the dogs and talk and be together. Yeah, but I definitely think time is one of the most important things to do to invest in your marriage.
So I just had a thought about our flexibility and how that has been kind of second nature in our relationship. And I thought about the night we got engaged for marriage. There was a limousine.
Yes.
There was a planned trip down to a beautiful park overlooking Cincinnati.
Yes.
And then there was a planned meal at a very nice restaurant in the top of the hotel that rotated around and we had a view of the city.
Yes.
And there was a decision made after the engagement just to go through McDonald's drive-thru.
Well, I think it's because the wait at the restaurant was a little bit longer than
there was a reservation. We pivoted.
Okay. Well, it's been 34 years to be exact. I'm not sure whose memory is clear right now.
I believe there was a reservation. Anyway.
Okay. That double cheeseburger must have been really good to want to give up a restaurant food.
I think we just pivoted to go back and see our families and show them the ring.
And take them for a ride in the limo, yes. We definitely wanted to do that.
For a ride in the limo.
Yes.
So my point is we got this big night built out, and we ended up at a drive-through McDonald's.
Double cheeseburger, plain
in a limousine, order from the back window.
How
I think we got the driver something too. So.
Oh, yeah. And then took our families for a ride in the limo.
So we just pivoted on a dime. So time is critical to investing. What else is critical to investing in a marriage?
Emotion.
Okay.
I think.
How does that play out?
Healthy emotions. Happy when your spouse is happy. Cheering for them when they succeed. Being with them when they're down. Just kind of trying to gauge the room. Emotionally, just being there for somebody, allowing them the space to be in their emotions, and in their feels at the moment. Yeah.
Well, and you may not be able to really relate to how they feel.
Right. So what is that? Empathy? I can't know what you're going through. I've not been through it, but I love you and I want you to be okay. Yep. So I feel because you're feeling.
I care how you feel.
Right.
It concerns me if you don't feel well. We've faced that in our own marriage in recent days of a situation we were going through, uniquely with, and you had a feeling and I was trying to support that, and you had to process your own journey.
Exactly.
And I cannot say I know how that felt or what that was like, but I was endeavoring to be there, be present, and just support you in the process. And you've done that with me as well, because in my world of pastoring a church, there's lots of emotions involved. There's lots of challenges, lots of ups and downs, and lots of times you're kind of like, this world you're living in, and you have to create space for me.
It's the good luck, we're all counting on you.
Yeah. Which you often say right before I walk up the preach, you go, good luck, we're all counting on you.
I just want you to know, good luck, we're all counting on you.
Resurrection weekend.
Make it good today.
I'm walking on the stage to preach. She goes, good luck, we're all counting on you. You guys don't know what I faced on the front row sometimes. But so invest time, invest emotions. What else can we invest in our spouses?
Well, you can invest, look at the 5 love languages, the book that I know you've read multiple times. I've read a time or two, and we learn our spouse's love language, whether it be gifts or words of affirmation, time, those type of things. I think you invest in your spouse in a way they can best receive or how they like to receive. And so I think whatever is good for your spouse, the other spouse needs to learn to kind of channel their communication that way.
Yeah. I've never found a reason not to sit in a car next to you going somewhere.
Yeah.
I feel like that we've built a relationship since we were dating on time together.
Yeah.
And our marriage is still built on time together. I think time is our primary investment bank for both of us. We spend lots of time.
Well, when you talk about investing too, I mean, you think investment, you think of money, but that doesn't always have to be something elaborate either.
Right.
When we first started dating, Hallmark had the little bitty figurines.
What are you going to tell that for on the podcast?
And I called them the littles, and you would just buy those for me. Sometimes it was like a little bunny or a little turtle or a little lion or a little panda or something, and they were so cute. And you would bring those to me every now and again, and they were the
and
little.
I would hold up my hand and make you proud of my fingers.
Right, and it was just a little collection series, and it was so sweet. An investment can mean so much to different people.
People are going to think I'm a sappy guy after telling that
Marty,
story.
if they don't know if they don't know that you're not sappy or that you're sappy by now,
they've missed it.
you are so sappy.
I am. It's bad. It's worse than a sap tree.
Yes.
So we can invest time. We can invest, gifts or resources.
Yes.
We can invest. What are other things we can invest in marriage?
Well, why don't you answer this question?
No, I'm asking you.
I know, and I've given you 3 answers.
All right, so here's my
So
thing.
how can you invest in a marriage?
And they all start with T.
Oh, of course, it's a
Because
pastor
I'm
thing.
a pastor, and God only speaks in the same letter coming down, so people remember it. So you've already mentioned time. I think that's one of the strongest investments you can make in a marriage because
Yes.
it's not refundable. You can't get back. We've spent just a few minutes here in this podcast setting. We can't get this time back.
No,
So
It's
I think
gone.
time. I think thinking about someone as an investment, being intentional. I can just tell you this from my perspective as a husband. Anytime you send me any kind of message that says you're thinking about me, it's just like a boost in the air.
Yeah.
Hey, for whatever purpose, at this time of her day, she thought of me and she let me know that.
Right.
And it's not to suggest that I'm not always somewhere in your thoughts, because as a marital relationship, you're always in the thoughts. I mean, I don't do anything. I don't think about you at some, peripheral level, even my
Right.
peripheral. But to know that you were purposeful in saying, I thought about you at this moment.
Yeah.
I think touch is an investment. Touch all the way from the casual to the intimate is an investment, because in a marital setting, touch is part of the communication tools we have together, that we have, we are built for touch. Our hands are built for touch. The sensory parts of our hands, from medical side is what radiates through this hand goes to my heart, my mind, my soul. And we have casual touch with friendships. We have people we shake hands with. We give casual hugs. But then you start in a marriage, you pivot down to more lingering touch, more different touch, and even intimate touch that comes into marital relationship.
Right.
So I think touch is an investment. And I think talk is an investment, because it's got to be 4 T's. And why you got to laugh at that? 4 T's. I think talking is investment. I think you can invest. So the Bible tells us that life is in the power of the tongue.
Yes.
God spoke and the worlds were created. The Bible itself is pictured in Scripture as a seed that's sown. The Word of God is spoken.
Yeah.
And so the spoken word, the seed word that goes out, plants and brings a harvest. So another angle for the word investment in investing in a marriage is the word sowing into a marriage.
Yeah.
And that may be a different application, because sowing brings about reaping, investing brings about return, sowing brings about reaping. So there's your 4 T's.
Here's my 4 T's.
Because it all has to line up with a T, because that's how God talks.
Yes.
In the T's.
You must.
Having said that, you can't always guarantee a return in the time frame you think about.
Right.
And I think sometimes in relationships, especially, I know for me, there's been times where I had an expectation, if I invest this will be the outcome.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
I've definitely.
I'm saying that from my perspective as well, not just trying to make
You're
it.
not.
Yes, I am.
I get her in front of a camera and microphone. She feels super safe to bring up issues. Thinking about things methodically, like 2 + 2 = 4.
Right. If I do this, then she'll do that, or he'll do this. Yeah.
And I think that that's really an unfair situation looking back. I've been guilty of that. I've done that.
We all have been guilty
numerous times.
of
If
doing
I will
something
do X,
for the
Y,
return.
and Z, then she'll do A,
right.
B, C.
Right.
And I think the reality is that's not true.
No.
Sometimes, I would have thought, I'd have had times where I thought, if I clean the house, have the house ready for her, and The kids are all taken care of. When I get home, it's going to be, baby, lock the doors, turn the lights down low.
Oh my God.
At least I did try to sing it.
Please.
And you come home to a clean house and go, oh, thanks. And I'm like, what about everything else?
Unmet expectations.
Yeah, I'm like,
that's a different
and
podcast.
then you start realizing, so what was my motive in the first place? Was it about me?
I was just thinking motive and why we invest has to be so clear, because at the end of the day, you're doing it out of the love, out of the goodness of your heart to make your spouse's life better. Have we all been guilty of hoping something comes out of it? Sure.
I mean, you have to?
Yes, doing something to get something.
Now, wait a minute. This is
but
revelation.
Listen, it carries over in marriage, friendships, your children. You will learn as you get older that there sometimes is no return for a season or maybe ever. But why did I do it in the first place?
Yeah.
I did it because I believed it was the right thing to do and I wanted to do it.
So at the end, what you kind of brought to conclusion there is a great thought, and that is, at the end of the day, I've got to do what I believe is right to do.
Right, regardless.
And trust the return into the hands of the Lord and to the relationship.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you're creating predictable outcomes, which actually kind of indirectly controls somebody.
Right.
And a lot of people do that. That's called manipulation.
Right.
Like, I did this, so you better do that. Well, then they're not doing it because they want to.
They're doing it out of fear.
They're doing it because they have to.
Yeah, because they have to.
So those are my thoughts on investing. What else you got on investing? Anything else?
I think you covered it. I think the T's covered it.
Well, when you think in terms of specific words, it makes it all line up better.
Yeah.
I do think people need to realize that investment takes work.
Lots of work.
Marriage, every relationship on the earth takes work. Mm-hmm. A friendship, an employer-employee, parent-child. Yeah. Nothing is free from work.
Right.
But certainly marriage is worth the work. Mm-hmm. And there's benefits in the long game of investing in the immediate time. Yeah. And I think in a long-term marriage, we're 30 years, which is super hard to process us saying that. We were discussing this morning whatever happened to our 20s, and you're like, those are long gone.
Long gone.
And I'm like, how can this be? Because I think one of the benefits of long-term marriage is in my brain, I can see you today, the first day I saw you. I can see you in the look you had, the person you were, and that kind of fast forwards quickly to today, and it all comes together into one view of the whole person. Mm-hmm. So I think you see the person more holistically.
And then that the plan of God, and that's not to say those when we have close friends and family that have been through divorce situations, but obviously God's plan is always for marriage to work the first time and be done right the first time. That doesn't happen, and He has grace and He has a plan for your life. But I think what you're talking about from those initial days, fast forward 30 years, that's how it's supposed to be. Yeah. That we grow in that relationship.
Well, because then as you age, you have the strength of what has been to carry you through what is.
Right,
and all of us face transitions in life, and the same with parenting journeys. So I just think it's great in marriage to think about investing. And I think every married couple should spend more time being purposeful and saying, how am I investing in my spouse? Mm-hmm. You can get caught up just occupying, living, doing the deal, going to work, paying bills, raising kids. And do you ever take a time out and go, have I invested in them today just to say you're worth something to me?
Right.
Without a guarantee of return.
Right.
Again, we've already confessed those sins before God and man and the podcast audience that I've been guilty of that. And
I too, I as well.
Finally learned this after 30 years. She's done the same thing. I knew it was happening all the time. But, I think every couple ought to ask, how are we investing in our marriage? Something else I would say, and we've got great benefits off of this. Mm-hmm. We have been blessed with a couple different things in recent years. Mm-hmm. We've found a community of married friends who were out of our circle through a marriage conference we attended a couple years ago in Cancun, and we built a good rapport with that couple who leads that group. And then we've been blessed with people in our circle.
Yes.
I think part of investing is healthy relationships.
Oh, for sure. I think they're so important for people not to do life alone. And you may say, well, I just need my spouse and he needs me and it's all good. But you need some community. You need maybe it's not just for you. Maybe it's what you have to share with other couples, with other people. But definitely, I'd say in the last 5 years for us, that's been a huge blessing that the Lord's given us, is several couples in our life that are doing marriage God's way and living a great example. And when things aren't going so well, we're there to pray, we're there to talk and help each other.
Yeah. And I would tell any married couple that this was a mistake I made early on, big time. I felt like that our marriage would be perfect. It would just mean you isolated somewhere.
Right.
I was stupid to think that. I didn't have the wherewithal to realize the strength of community and other couples. And I think part of it was just, an immaturity, an imbalance in how I saw relationships.
Right.
But we've been so blessed by these new friendships. Some of them in our church circle, and many of them are not.
Yeah.
But they're very marriage positive.
Yes.
They support us in our relationship. They also make us, I think, more open to who we are and help us see things different in a marriage.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think investing is worth it.
Me too.
And there's a great harvest when you sow some seed. And God himself is Lord of the harvest, and he decides the fruit and when it brews and when it bears fruit in your life. So I would, every couple out there, just pause today and ask yourself the question, how are we investing in our marriage? Be it through a podcast like this or reading a book together or going to a marriage conference or going to an environment like a small group, like a marriage class.
And don't be discouraged and don't give up if you're not seeing change immediately.
Don't give up.
It will happen.
But invest.
Yeah.
Don't miss a chance to invest. So anyway, I plan to spend many, many more decades investing in you.
Me and you as well.
I love doing life with you.
I love doing life with you too. I guess this is a new thing here.
It's a new thing just on this. We're done with this. The fist bump's getting awkward.